Well, it looks like we've got a bloodbender and a head popper in the same room. What could possibly go wrong? The preview for episode 7 of Gen V followed on after the end of the most recent episode. With the group having their memories returned to their rightful owners, the woods look set to be getting exposed and hopefully destroyed. So after looking at the preview, I thought I'd give my theories and predictions on what I think could happen in the penultimate episode. So let's get into it. Here is Gen V Episode 7 Theories and Predictions Explained. Just to let you know, this video will contain spoilers. Andre is going to be hit where it hurts. Within the trailer for the next episode, it seemed as though there was a moment where Andre was running after an ambulance that was having its door shut just as he got there. It got me wondering about who it could potentially be, and there's quite literally an endless amount of people that it could be due to the amount of betrayals that we saw in episode 6. However, later on in the trailer it turned out that it was his father and Soup, Polarity. We've seen Andre have a bit of a troubled relationship with his father throughout this season of the show. His father wants him to work hard so that he can get into the 7, a dream that Polarity always wanted, but he cares more for Andre's image as a Soup, rather than him actually doing good in his role with his abilities, something that Andre cares about more. We know that Andre's father is corrupt due to him being aware of the woods and keeping his mouth shut, whilst also telling Andre to keep his mouth shut too, in order to keep him safe. This was the very thing that caused the initial divide between the both of them. I think Andre's father being taken away in an ambulance could be for a couple of different reasons. The first is that we could see the events that look to be taking place at the Neuman rally go sour, and him being harmed in the process when the Soups release some of their powers. Or we could see him being harmed and hurt as a consequence for Andre's actions. Dr. Cardosa is fully aware of all of the individuals that turned up at his house and pretty much destroyed a large part of it. This information could have been relayed to Dean Shetty, and after knowing that Andre was one of the people that was involved, she may get something done to his father as a warning to Andre to steer clear and to leave the woods alone. So it would be a warning sign to say to Andre that his actions have consequences for others that he cares about, not just only himself, hitting him where it hurts. The fact that there's been no immediate repercussions on the students, nor have we seen Cardosa really mention to Shetty about the group that approached his house, means that it could be something that ties into that, because they've got something planned. The final option that I think it could be is that it could just be some kind of natural issue. Polarity is a Soup that has extreme durability and strength, so external factors would need to be very specific if he were to be harmed. So maybe it could just be something natural, which could make Andre regret the way that he's been with his father. It very much seems as though Andre is going to be utilizing his powers whilst in the back of the ambulance, so I wonder if there's somebody that's after him and his father, hence why he's morphing the vehicle. Or maybe there could have just been an accident due to the erratic driving from the ambulance driver. I guess time will tell with that one, and if his father will go on to survive or not. Victoria Neuman and Marie. Within this episode, it seems as though Victoria Neuman is going to be arriving at Godolphin University. At the end of Season 3 of The Boys, we saw that she was going to be Dakota Bob's new running mate, which would essentially make her vice president if he were to be elected as president. We know that she was previously heading up the Federal Bureau of Superhuman Affairs, and judging by the response that it seems as though the crowd are going to be giving her, it makes sense as to why she's getting the response that she's getting. With signs such as Neuman is a cop being present, it definitely makes me feel like the response is definitely going to be frosty. Her visit to Godolphin is probably part of the presidential campaign, and they're looking to get the voter numbers up from the Soups and the younger people. It also seems as though at one point the Soups that are in the crowd are going to kick off slightly and utilize their powers whilst in there. So it definitely seems like things are going to take a dark turn and be very unexpected. There was a section where we saw that Marie was speaking with Neuman one-on-one, and Marie said to her that she couldn't go back to being a student knowing full well that the school is a lie. To which Neuman responded later on with, "2 paths, Marie. You have to choose. You can't have both." I think it could be here where Marie could potentially find out some more information about Godolphin firsthand from Neuman and the corrupt nature of it. She may reveal that it could just be Vort's cover-up for a way of being able to test on Soups, and that it's a pretty irrelevant place for them to be, unless you're fast-tracked into the 7. Both Marie and Neuman are extremely powerful, and I'd love to see these two characters face off. I suppose, can a head pop quicker than Marie can make her explode? It would be a battle to the death, quite literally, and I don't think we'll be seeing it. That's for Huey and the gang in Season 4 of The Boys. But I do think Neuman will reveal some information to Marie that will alter her perception of Godolkin completely. The exposing of the woods. One of the main things that I think we're going to be seeing in the next episode of the show is the group working on a plan and coming together in order to take down the woods and expose the facility to the wider public. Seeing the amount of uproar that's present for Neuman, it's without a shadow of a doubt that there will definitely be backlash from not only Godolkin students, but nationwide citizens. In the most recent episode, with Marie saying, "If we do this, then there's no going back," it most definitely feels like it's all about to go down, and they're going to go full throttle on trying to expose it. In the preview, there were clips where it seemed as though Jordan and Marie were inside of Dean Shetty's office, even a part where they were hiding underneath the desk, and it looked as though Cardosa was in the background as he walked in. So it makes me think that they're going to be on the cusp of getting caught rifling through the documents. Documents that they think may act as proof of what's going on underneath the university. This could even be where Marie finds out that information that she mentions to Neuman. With Neuman visiting the university and everybody's attention being focused on her arrival and the speech that she's going to be giving, it makes sense as to why they're doing it then. It would be the perfect time for the group to have a snoop around, because all eyes will most likely be elsewhere. Do I think they'll be successful? Personally, I don't think so. Not yet anyway. There's a season 2 on the way, so there's no way this is all getting uncovered in the 2 remaining episodes. Cate's Dilema. There was also another moment in the preview where it seemed as though Cate was in Dean Shetty's office and she had her hands over her ears as if she was trying to block something out. Within the most recent episode, we found out that she heard voices inside of her head, and the only way that they were able to be stopped was by the tablet that Shetty gave her. I wonder if Shetty is the person that still provides those to Cate to this day, and she needs them in order to function without the voices. So Shetty could start keeping them from her if she gets a sniff of something potentially happening. Maybe that's a reason as to why Shetty has been able to keep Cate in check and do all of these horrific things. There are a few different directions that this next episode of the show could go in. For certain, we know that Neuman is going to be paying Godolkin a visit. Something is definitely going to be happening to Andre's father, and also the group are going to be trying to expose the woods. So it looks as though it's going to be an exciting penultimate episode that sets up the season finale well. At least, I hope it does. The season's not been a disappointment so far, so I don't see why the next episode would be. So, there you have it. Gen V Episode 7 Theories and Predictions Explained. If you want to see more videos such as Endings Explained, Theories and Predictions and Character Breakdowns, then click on the I button. Or alternatively, you can head over to my channel where you'll find them all. And finally, if you'd like to see what I rate the latest movies that don't quite make the cut to getting a dedicated video, then head over to my Letterboxd profile. It's where I rate the latest releases in real time. What do you think will happen next? Leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.